the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 77 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Browns 21, Jaguars nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Flushed out right. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield now. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They go play action. Mayfield. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield on play action. He'll air this one out for Mims. And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Flush to his right. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. He'll buy some time right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Give me that ball, defense. Mike 28. Mike 28. Come on, boy.
They go play action with Lawrence. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Check. Rush in. 25, check. Kings.
Here's Chubb on the read option.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Let's do this.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On the run, it's Robinson.
49 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Jags are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
He's coming. Check in. Hey.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall.
And the Jaguars get a score closer. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started.
They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He's to the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Browns add on to their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what a
touchdown, Jaguars! DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Now McManus for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
Chubb will have the 1st down and much more. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe.
88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A give running right is Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Browns first down.
Back now in Jacksonville. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And Mayfield will have a first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
Chubb again.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb punching it in from a yard away.
And the Browns are looking like they'll move to 6-1 as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Makes the score Browns 42, Jaguars 13.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Chubb will get the call, running left. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Browns on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be and this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Buying time to his left. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They're going on fourth down. Lawrence on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Mayfield off the play fake. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
157 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
63. Jaguars 19. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
On first down, Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
He'll air this one out for Mims. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
In a spot where most offenses would just be trying to get to the finish line and close this game out, they're still looking for points here in the final minute of this game. I think bonuses could be gained and attained with maybe more points.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. McLaughlin for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So
this is caught inside the 15. And